Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Welcome to this platform. I am Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief of the Ambazonian Defense Forces and the spokesperson of the Ambazonian Governing Council. Welcome to my platform and the official communication from the Communication Department of the Ambazonian Governing Council. You're all welcome at home and abroad. Today is Thursday, the 22nd day of this month of December 2022. You are all welcome to a program where we bring you the truth, we bring you important information, updates from our liberation movement, the program of our governing council and the Ambazonia Defense Forces, and all of the sister forces in Ground Zero. We bring them to you as never before on the Ambazonian Communication Network. So you're all highly welcome. And also on my YouTube channel, as you guys have noticed, La République du Cameroon have attacked us so much on Facebook, and we have now focused on YouTube. And even in YouTube, we have also been facing strong resistance from the occupation colonial regime of La République du Cameroon, but we remain unmoved. So please try to subscribe so that you can get update and to be notified when I come online. You have to actually subscribe to have that. The reason why I'm asking you to do that is because you remember, I think almost 7 months ago, I have been doing podcasts for over 3 years non-stop, and 7 months ago, I was advised by the ACN Communication to monetize my YouTube channel so that I can receive money from the views to be able to pay and meet up bills for the internet. It's quite expensive in Hong Kong here. The bill goes to more than $100 a month. So, but for the past 3 months, after I aired a video that spoke about the presidential couple in La République du Cameroon, a report was made and they used their firms to lobby with YouTube, and the monetization of this channel was stopped. And so we have been doing what we are doing, and no income is coming through this network. I want to just disclose that to the viewers, because when I monetize this channel, for full disclosure, I indeed inform the Ambazonian people that there are incomes that comes as a result of you viewing me. And that is the spirit we have in the governing council, and that is the openness we continue to have with you. So I'm also informing you that there is no more monetization of this channel. It has been so for the past 3 months. So we are motivated primarily by the freedom of our people and their plight. That is why we are here. That is what we have been doing, what we do. So money or no money, we will continue to do what we do. So ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very powerful and very important presentation to you. It has been more than a month, close to a month, since I last did a live show. So I've come back today. And for all my country people, them, all my own people, them, my own real country people, them for Ground Zero. Now me, when I own man for talk for the governing council, I mean at the spokesman, I mean at the talk for all this struggle. Me, Capo Daniel, I've been a defense chief also, and I've been an anti-kidnapping czar. Now me at the helebuna, and for coordinate the activity, then for stop kidnapping for ransom, and for fight for our freedom. So I don't come again. It don't be long time since I last talked for now, because Cameroon government they don't attack we for Facebook sute. We need to do Facebook live. Facebook it is suppress our view. Facebook it need to send notification. They promote Cameroon their fake Facebook page, and when they use our name, them go make another Facebook page them. So with all these things, we don't focus for YouTube. Even for that YouTube, I be tell una 7 months ago say I don't go register my YouTube channel so that when people they watch them, YouTube go to advertise and then they go to pay me some small money. But YouTube it don't stop them 3 months ago. We don't make appeal and appeal. They don't deny all the appeal. So we no go to still get income from YouTube where it really help me for pay bills them. Because 1 month alone, I pay close to $150 just for internet fee, and then for the app them way I don't subscribe way I use them for edit video them for help we for our struggle. But apart for the sacrifices the way all we would make would do up. And also for full disclosure, the Ambazonian Governing Council need to pay me for my work. No Ambazonian, I never receive money for any Ambazonian say it is support me for thing what they do up. So we just work so as me and Lucas Asu we work for Nana so for free, and we get disclosure when at the policy for the governing council say you need to disclose any income where you get them for the public and sometimes even for the organization and our leader them within the structure. If to say would they receive some money for some side, this type of integrity be very important because we see say for across Africa, for La Republic, now for receive money for back that it is spoil country. So we make sure say make will be clean and make one una they listen for we una know say now people in this way they ready fight for una with their heart. No be people where they come for can exploit una or for use una for their own selfish reasons. So once more, all una welcome for me, welcome back for here. It don't stay almost 1 month one never do any live show, but I don't continue for the produce our podcast when an important tool for me and the governing council for reach out to our people them. The podcast it don't be the biggest medium of communication for Ambazonia right now compared to the other communications, especially for the internal rivals them, will be unrivaled and will get the best audience with the highest number of partisan militants who are militating to us and will be the champion of Ambazonia. So me and our communication decks with Lucas Asu, you get Pascal Kiki, you get Shea Kabi Wemeleng, you get Christine Amambo Cecilia, you get Abu Free, you get Woman of God Immaculate and the rest. We are doing a fantastic job for our people, and I want to appreciate the love we will get them in return, the appreciation we will get them in return, especially for our IDPs, our mami them for ground where they take some time for pray for we, all of our pastor them, our norms them, especially the one for we, where they take time for pray for we. I remember last week they call me where we did for some meeting, they make prayer for me for through telephone, and I want to tell them so we all they appreciate that one, and we all day together. So fellow Ambazonians, today we will dive deep. For over the past month, the Governing Council have sent your humble servant, Capo Daniel, as the Deputy Defense Chief and as the spokesperson of the organization to over 8 international trips to pursue diplomacy and aid the organization in the work that we have been doing in diplomacy. That have seen me travel to Cambodia, seen me travel to Toronto, seen me travel to several places in Canada and also in Africa to help the push for our diplomacy that will recognize us. Today, the title for this show na Ambazonian Mission Accomplished for 2022. When I remember for the beginning of this year, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba talk said this year na the year for two things, for the Transitional Authority for Ground and the year for recognition internationally. For 2001, the mission for the Governing Council was to establish internalization of our work. That means for make plenty nation they know them. That one will also be accomplished in the mission of the Basque country for Spain, where a territory for Spain then officially through their parliament vote for recognize Ambazonian right to self-determination. Plenty other country them they don't come as a result of that process. The Norwegian government also would see no ref it be engaged and pay interest for our plight of the people of Ambazonia, and also Ireland. These two places who have officially have their weight to support and look into how they can help our aspiration have done so out of the good work of the Governing Council. You remember Norway is where Dr. Cho Ayaba is based, and Ireland is where the Vice President, Dr. Julius Nee, picking for Lebialem, he come from. So this big progress that I help Ambazonia for put we for the place who did it and for set the stage today for Ambazonian recognition. We are the eve of Ambazonian recognition, and more will be revealed to you. And we have already put out a lot of tips, but today we will focus to this big program where we have. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the details of this recognition, we want to start today for inside the United States of America, where the president of our colonial master, Paul Biya, idam visitor. That visit it be a blessing in disguise. Ambazonia the be worried, say Paul Biya when a thief man, a terrorist, it be responsible for the crime where that affect over 2 million Ambazonians, many more displaced, some as refugees in Nigeria, and the continuous slaughtering of our people will be invited to a prestigious country like the United States. I want to take the moment to thank all the activists that will be involved for mobilize our population for protest against Paul Biya, including John Bakoro, who is a leader, Mark Barata, and every single person who was there. I will even thank Eric Tato and Christopher Anu, Chris Anu, who were also there, and all Ambazonian, including our brother who is Yahweh, I forgot the name, and everybody who took part in that process. We are one, and it is very good that we saw everybody there. And people are worried. Some of our grassroots constituent in the governing council will be worried when I say I thank Eric Tato and everybody who was there. Yes, Eric Tato is a war criminal, somebody who is responsible for the dismemberment of our people. But every time somebody do something that is good and something that is right, we are obligated by our principle to say that that was a good job, and still maintain the line that he still needs to apologize and repent from the things he has done, and to conniving and providing intelligence for the assassination of General Mba Ivor, our first blood braveheart, the first overall commander of the ADF. And for Chris Ano for the death of soldiers in Bui and many other crimes he has committed, we still hold him responsible. But when he does something that is good, we will appreciate. So in America, we said it was a blessing in disguise, and I want to show you some video footages that comes from America, which are very, very inspiring. First is a protest in the United States of America in Washington, D.C. by Ambazonians. So, as soon as we see our people them then demonstrate, and then demonstrate say Ambazonia and get the capacity and the will for defend ourselves. Now Ambazonia then that for diaspora, then stand up for fight a Cameroon military man wey disguised like civilian, carry Cameroon flag for infiltrate the protest wey be dey up for Paul Biya a hotel for America. As he come for dey with that Cameroon flag, for can disrupt them, our boy them, the holy for dey strong. When I see how then grab them, then move on for their corner. Then drive it, go away. That means say Ambazonian, they even for diaspora, they stand up for self-defense. They don't stand up for rise, for fall no more, for defend our flag, for defend our integrity, and for defend our sovereignty. The same phenomenon for ground zero, where boy they pick up arms. Now the same thing with Ambazonia, then too for abroad, then too they stand the line for challenge anybody where they try to fight our people. This one a big demonstration of resilience. Now a big demonstration, so we'll not go those take anything again, lying down like the previous generation. Now the never again generation where then decide say freedom, it mean freedom, independence, it mean independence, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, protest by protest, we will stand our ground and make sure say we deserve the recognition of our territory, and also for protect the integrity of our collective will. As I tell you now, ladies and gentlemen, the visit for Paul Biya for inside America, it will be a blessing in disguise, and I want to bring una some of those images for Paul Biya as he go for inside America. As una know, obviously, as the governing council it be officially engaged in diplomatic engagement with the United States, we could not champion the call for protest, but we supported it, and I have put out my word behind it. I also used my platform and the podcast. Lucas Asu, we also support and encourage our members to go there. You can see behind the view there, you will see John Bakoro is there. Kumeta Evis is there, and everybody was there to stand up for our country, and we do applaud it. And indeed, it was a blessing in disguise, because this visit of Paul Biya shows the world exactly the type of person who is leading that country. Let's watch the video.
The president of Cameroon, so he is making his way up here right now. So thank you.
Now, Paul Biya, that the chief terrorist inside the conference for America, the invitee for can talk. He come for day with a bodyguard. He look very weak, like person who don't die. He disgrace himself. He be a national shame. Paul Biya na a disgrace for the black race. He come for day, he no place where he dey. When I go hear the talk, because they don't put microphone for his chest. I see the worker, anything where they talk am. When I hear anything where they talk am, they go for mic. So a bodyguard in front of this audience, he don't know who's away day or why them bring it for day. Wait till he come for can do. When I hear, he ask and say, now who be the people then that way then day for day? So a person will be cut off, he be cut off reality. This is the type of person that is ruling La Republique. This is the type of person some people want us to associate with or to allow us to rule our land. So listen. If you not hear very well, when I go hear how he go gas and he go shit for your clothes. Now, so he ask the bodyguard say, est-ce qu'il y a les gens importants là? Say important people then they for year for ye. Would always tell una say na a diaper wearing grandpa. When I feel say that lie, when I go hear how he go gas, he go enter for microphone when I hear. So a bodyguard they tell you say, na a minister then they for floor, then they for grounded they listen. So even for inviting for America, they not put it for any forum we would see for video, then would see the president for Uganda, the president for Ghana or Nigeria, they enter for BB conference, them they not invite Paul Biya. Then carry you go put for some place where na just common people then they it be disoriented. Wanna see? So they tell you say that man that introduce you. When I remember say he stand for backstage. So that way that man they talk for stage, it means say he no be even here. Now a bodyguard need for tell you say that introduce you, he need for go talk, and the video go on and on and on. If she don't for day, he know nothing for do. So, fellow Ambazonian, Paul Biya is a disgrace. It's a disgrace to Africa. It's a disgrace to us black people. And it's a shame that this old man is allowed to rule La Republique till now. It shows when I say La Republique is a country of cowards. A country where it be hopeless. Then be incapable for taking out a dictator where it be frail. We don't see how other French African countries they don't rise for Burkina Faso, for Tunisia, for all across Africa. But Cameroon is a country of cowards. And these are not the type of people anybody would desire to live with, let alone allow them to colonize us. That's not going to happen. So, fellow Ambazonians, Paul Biya don't be humiliated that a visit for America is a blessing in disguise for Ambazonia. It don't show the world what we have been dealing with. And we are very happy with that. So, I will take us now to the Atlantic state, where with the good news say, La République du Cameroun Hello, PS.
Yo.
We are live online. That's my brother PS. Okay, later now. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get to the Atlantic state, where news are coming that despite 5 years of war and despite the fake promises that La Republique have made and the propaganda they have been making on their media, they are still doing kale kale. Kale kale, as una know now, La Republique, they are professional military them. They gather themselves. Go just walk for road, catch people, then sometime for night, sometime for daytime, round up people, humiliate them, put them inside poto, take and go for their gendarme station, for their police station, for their military station, for ransom. Just kidnapping for ransom. And they go call that money, send a money for hotel. So make a play audio, make una hear our report from our Ambazonian Transitional Liberation Authority them, where they for inside Moliko, for Moyoka, where they send we report una hear. Una hear? So una hear? Our population for inside Moyoka, majority of people that have fled into the forest. Majority of people in Moyoka have run back into the bush, into farmlands to seek for shelter, following Cameroon invasion for Kale Kale. That is message coming from Moyoka. All the population have fled into the forest because Cameroon terrorist occupation forces are chasing them down to kidnap them for ransom and humiliate them. We have to stand up and fight. That is the reason why we cannot stay silent. We cannot wait for these people to leave our country, but we have to get them out. They are not just quiet. Even when we do not attack them, there was no attack. There was no provocation. In Moyoka, the terrorist occupation colonialists just go around arresting people, kidnapping them, humiliating them, removing parents from vehicles in front of their family, ask them to roll themselves in poto in mud, and then carry them back to their station. Hey, hello, my brother. Yes, I will get to you back. I'm live also. Let me get back to you with that good news. Okay, sir. So that is what have been happening in our territory. And still in the Atlantic state, I want to take you in Bayi-Panya. In Bayi-Panya district, in Ambazonia, La République du Cameroon, without any provocation, just move into Bayi-Panya, attack villages, loot houses, loot shops, and carry out and burn down the whole village as a terrorist attack with no provocation at all. Despite what the Angote have been saying, despite what their ministers have been saying, and deceiving the international communities, this is a true conduct of La République du Cameroon, and I want you to take a look.
By Panya, this when they say military, they know it's still born house. The house is the military, they don't come born, and today Saturday.
Actually, Monday.
Yes, today Monday, when they don't come born house again for By Panya, and the house in this.
So these are reports.
Yes. So then they don't enter thief people that attend them, carry mimbo, carry money for some woman inside house.
So that's a report from the ground by our civilians talking and making mockery about all the so-called propaganda promise that La République du Cameroon colonialists have promised our people on social media and on their national television, talking about dialogue, talking about reconciliation, talking about reconstruction. All of those are lies. Behind all those glass wall, this is the true conduct of Cameroon. This is their true intention. Burning down our communities, carrying down tactics to suppress our population, killing our people, our youths, day in, day out. This is pure terrorism tactics. What type of a person can do this to you and call you his own family? What type of a military can do this to their own people? No. These are foreigners. These are foreign invaders attacking our communities, destroying our communities, killing our people, trying to suppress our people and push them away into exile so that they can take our land, take our resources, and keep us as a captive people for their ego, for their selfish reasons. And that is not something we are going to allow, not in this century, not in this life, not in the next. And it did not only end in Bayi-Panya. In the same thing also that happened in the great state of Bui, in a small village in Bui that they call Yiri. In that village, La République du Cameroon, after having an attack by the Ambazonian Defense Forces Bui Brigade that killed 19 of them, far away from this village, they drove right to this village where no activity, no fire is coming from this village, and just attack the community. Let me play the video for you.
Well, good morning to every viewer, every listener. This is here, and you can see what the military has done here. This is the military of La République du Cameroon. They have burned down buildings due to the incident that occurred here that led to the loss of close to 19 La République military thugs. And they resulted in burning down these buildings. If you can look at it closely, they have burned down these buildings to ashes.
So the Cameroon occupation forces, each time they are attacked and each time they are not attacked, each time they have a reason or each time they will make up a reason for whatever the purpose of subjugating our people and subduing them, they carry out arson attacks against innocent civilians, destroying properties of our people to maximize collective punishment, which in itself is a war crime. disregard of our people's human right, disregard of their life and their livelihood. This is the type of regime we face. This is Zimbabwe. Look around the whole area. These are our soldiers who intervene to stop the arson attack. Otherwise, they will burn everything down. Bui is one of the most populated villages in Ambazonia. They just come in, burn everything down indiscriminately, and this should tell our people one thing. These are not your army. La République du Cameroon are an occupation force. Your own army cannot burn down your houses when you have not committed any crime against them for action carried out by forces of Ambazonia who are fighting for your liberation. The only reason they will attack you as an innocent civilian who have done nothing is because they know that the Ambazonian forces are fighting for you and fighting for your interests, and by hurting you, they are hurting them. So it means you and the Ambazonian people and the Ambazonian forces are all one. These are clear evidence to anybody who is contemplating whether La République du Cameroon may have a case, or contemplating whether we should associate with these people in any type of concession, that there is no way you can live with a people that treats your people in this manner. Even right in the city center, these things are not even isolated in various areas that are enclaved. Even in the urban areas in Bamenda, 2 dead bodies were found yesterday, 2 days ago, on Monday in Bamenda. Let me bring you the video footages in Bamenda. And these were in a place called, one was called K-Town. It's a quarter in Bamenda, just around Cow Street there. Cow Street to Ndamukong. There's a water there around Cow Street to Ndamukong Street. So let me play it for you to see. So I've blurred the image for censorship. These are the image of a dead guy that was recovered. This one is about, it's called, that place is called Tamache. Tamache. Yes, in Tamache. This is a dead body of an Ambazonian male. He cannot be identified. According to witness statement, this man, they be killed, he can't throw away for inside Tamache. And then for the other video, for inside that waterway, therefore between Ndamukong Street and Cow Street. Make a look the video I bring up for now. I'll never upload that video, but subsequently I will share the video I'll upload that up for YouTube, so that make our people then see the conduct of La République du Cameroon in our territory. So I want to also take una for show una something, the complete defeat of La République du Cameroon in Ambazonia. It cannot be displayed in any way different than what I'm about to show you. You guys remember a few months ago, I think in June, we lost the phone of Mancon, who was an enabler from, I would not even want to call his name, but we respect the palace, we respect that authority from a phone. But any phone that puts the interest of his stomach ahead of the interest of its people that was expressed explicitly to him is a traitor. So for Nangwafo, let me call his name, is a traitor. Is a betrayer of the Mancon people, the Mancon tradition. He failed in his duty as a custodian of the Mancon tradition by siding with the enemy. And unfortunately, that is the case. He died, and during his death ceremony, we don't say a phone died, he passed away, he lost. And during that period, when the new phone was found, we saw our people proudly showing the Ambazonian culture of the grassland. We all took pride in it. Our people from the Atlantic state, from the Bakwiri, Bangwa, Lebialem, all were so proud of our Mancon culture. And I'm going to show you, and you'll see the difference between Ambazonia and La République du Cameroon, defeat of La République, clearly in these images. I will show you, and I will show you now, currently, the unveiling of the new font in our traditional Nikwi in Mancon, so that you can see what colonialism is. Take a comparison, make a comparison to these two traditional display. This is our people. When the font of Mancon was You can imagine our population. Look at the population in Mancon. Everybody out in their traditional attire under the protection of our forces because we allow it to happen. Everybody was there. The population, beautiful. Indigenous people.
I'm from Mancon, precisely. I live at Mokwebu,
All right. I can see a lot of people here this morning. What's going on?
We are here to enthrone the new fun of Mancon.
Okay.
So you can see every single Ambazonians in Mancon was there, working freely, watching freely, protecting themselves by themselves, organizing themselves, expressing themselves. Everybody, this is the era of social media, taking videos, sharing them with the world, sharing them with their family, sharing them with their friends abroad, with the communities abroad, at home and abroad. Everybody was there. Everybody was happy because this is an indigenous community. This is a people celebrating our rich culture, the Mgrafi culture, the Bamenda culture, and we all took pride in it. From Mount Fako to Lebialem, we all took pride in what was happening in the Fons Palace, in the grandstand, in front of the Fons Palace in Kwet. The population was packed, jam-packed. But as we know, La République, desperate La République du Cameroon, they want to inject themselves because we have defeated Cameroon that they don't have any form of legitimacy. We have refused to participate in their colonial elections. We have delegitimized the colonial power in Ambazonia. And Cameroon have lost its legitimacy and authority to govern our territory. So now they tend to try to exploit this type of traditional occasions to portray themselves and inject themselves in Ambazonia even when they have no legitimacy. So take a look at that picture there. Those are images now of Nekwi, that the Cameroon military have come there and showed themselves as the colonialists, which is what they are. Look at it, fully militarized. They have brought in more troops than the troops that participated in their 20th May celebration in Bafoussam. All of them militarized the whole town to inject themselves because this is a country that is desperate for legitimacy. And of course, it is a shame if they thought that bringing their military there to fly in their exile people in Yaoundé will actually do anything. Actually, it makes a case that they are a colonized people. And our people were separate from the Nekwi. I'm going to bring you some videos also for you to see how it looks like so that you can compare Ambazonian control issues, tradition, which has been displayed when the Fon died, and the one of today. So this is the image of the Nekwi with La République colonialism. Look at it. Population separated. This video was picked up from social media. You can hear the person talking behind. Say then say me the no enough. So inside La République, in the presence of Cameroon terrorist occupation forces, even to take picture, they will say, no, don't snap, don't take picture. Because there is no freedom with their terrorist military. There is no freedom with their occupation forces. Everything is controlled. So you can take a snapshot and see the difference between the celebration of the unveiling of the Fon under Ambazonia and now with La République present, the colonial presence with our population separate. Is this a state issue now or is it a traditional issue? So this celebration of the Nekwi, the Cameroon presence have portrayed Cameroon as a colonial state. If Cameroon was have a legitimacy and was welcome, their governor will be there working amongst our population and interacting like it was during the unveiling of the Fon. So they could not interact with the population. They are kept behind bars, behind armored cars, behind guns and AKs to protect them, while our soldiers, when they come to our population, they walk around freely. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take you now to something else as we move into the final presentation, which is very important, what we have built so far, the accomplishment we have made so far as a people and as a state. You remember Dr. Cho Lucas promised us that this year is going to be the year of two things. One, empowering Ground Zero in terms of our Ambazonian Transitional Liberation Authorities, the ADLA, that have made sure that our struggle have been handed back to our population, not just the military. We have created transitional authorities that have the Ambazonian Governing Council on the ground with civil authority. We have shown you a lot of pictures. We have shown you schools and hospitals and many other institutions that we are governing as a people within Ambazonia. Because when we say independence, we mean independence. Independence means independence. Over the years, we have deconstructed the lies put in place by the colonialists in our history books to deceive our people and keep them as a colonized people while they exploit our resources and exploit our human resources as well. All the falsehoods have been debunked, our history have been embraced, our flag and our anthem have been embraced by our people. We have also moved with a gunboat diplomacy mission to internationalize the Ambazonian struggle. We have visited many parliaments. We have had discussion with the parliamentarians in Italy, in the United Kingdom, in the United States of America, and many places across the world, and even in Africa. We have been welcomed in Somaliland, and we have welcomed in South Africa. We have been welcomed in many other states, some of which are classified. We have also been recognized as a people in the United States of America. That action was done by Sisiko. We have also been formally recognized by the Basque Country for our right of self-determination, who have representation as parliamentarians in the European Union. It has also moved us stronger, closer to our goal of recognition internationally. And this year, our goal have been accomplished of recognition. And this, I cannot disclose this to you, but eventually, subsequently, the details of the remote that are going around will come clear at the right time, at the appropriate method. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to take you now to Ground Zero to show you the great job our forces have been doing with the coming of and establishing of the ADLA in the Meta land. A lot of Meta people from Bengui, a lot of people have been calling. Babafo also have been pushing. Many of them have been pushing the Meta people for ADF and their governing council to come and bring themselves there. You remember the general who was there was killed not long ago. His body displayed. Many of the fighters who were there, they had a very strong group there. They had just been displaced and scattered around because many of them there, they had joined the ERF of the IG group, but because of lack of command and control and proper management of the forces, it has become so divided. Everybody have gone back. Some of them have turned to become a problem in that community, harassing our people and stuff like that. And but those are good guys. So finally, the ADF have come into Meta, and the commander who is leading the Ambazonian Defense Forces in Meta is a former TTA soldier who have joined the ADF and has been with us for a very long time. And he was working with the blessing of Commando before he passed away. Commander Cinnamon have been doing a great job, and we've asked on all Ambazonians to throw their weight behind Commander Cinnamon. And to all Meta people, reach out and support your own son. Some of you guys like tribalism a lot. Supports Commander Cinnamon, who have been given that power by our defense forces on the ground, our leadership on the ground, and the War Council approved by our political leadership to lead our effort in Meta. It was a wonderful reception, and we have brought to the Meta people what the ADF have been bringing in across all our communities. That means stopping harassment, stopping kidnappings, in bringing human rights and organizing our community with the transitional authority that reinforces our customary law and empowers our civil society and our setup within the Meta land. So let me bring you video footages of that wonderful presentation of our forces in Meta by Commander Cinnamon. And it's so wonderful, just so beautiful. Wonderful job. So let's share this together.
Yes, no matter what, no matter what, mama for our money. Remember, remember to come. Mama for our money there. Berani rami. Yes, I can't have it.
So this is Commander Cinnamon in his pure Akamato dressing of the Ambazonian Defense Forces. This is the uniform of honor. We serve with pride indeed, and he's happy to wear that uniform. He has been doing so for almost 1 year. For those who did not understand, Commander Sinaman, if you remember, he was the direct person who was elected as a representative, as the next in command of King Commando. So after King Commando died, he's supposed to be the leader. But we know the mafia within that system. That is history. Now, Sinaman is an ADF commander in charge of the unit that will be in that is in Metalan, and this is him meeting our population, talking to them. You see, our population are comfortable. Children are there, women are there. Not like when La République du Cameroon come, everybody is running because they know what they do. So let's watch the video.
Under big number when I pick in ADF don't come to see me today.
Very important is the reaction of the population. It tell our population, our mommy, our papa them, our brother them, sister them say they mistake them with some soldier they didn't make them before that time it didn't pass. Now it is under General Big Number, the supreme and overall commander of all Ambazonian defense forces on the ground, and they come now for meet up the population saying a new day for Metalan with their own picking the way they carry gun for defend them. They go actually defend them and they not go become a problem to the community, but they go actually reinforce the community and fight for the greater nationalism for Ambazonia, for the aspiration of all our people from Mount Fako right down to Lake Nyos. Wanna listen for it.
So that because at the time the woman has a bone. You cannot get the way forward.
So, and the good thing behind the Ambazonian Defense Forces is policies like these have been well thought through. You have a huge organization that are not just made by individuals, but our organization is Ambazonians themselves who have come together in Europe, in America, in Africa, all across the globe to form this organization called the Ambazonia Governing Council. It is a properly constituted body that have elected their executive branch and put bylaws that are binding. Nobody is illegitimate. Nobody have splintered. Nobody have subdued or changed the law, but the law were duly elected by our National Council of Representatives of Ambazonians all over the world, who supervises our activities as executive member. So soldiers like these are not on their own. They stand to represent the community, the aspiration of our people, and they have a mechanism to hold them to account and make sure that they are doing the right thing. And that is the powerful impact the governing council have had to push our people to independence. And let's continue to watch.
For talk say,
So
this country is in our own country, and the man of it run your own country because the country is no fine. Now say for work together for make Ambazonia succeed. They say the words of elders are the words of wisdom. Some of our soldiers, they minimize even the clergymen, spiritual leaders. When the pastors and elders, they minimize them. When they come here, they take pastor people for that, they knock on foot. Now balance you carry them. Now what we say, we do work together for the success, for the Ambazonia land. No be so? Good. If the guys should go for here, they stop market, they put power down. That one fine? No. That one, if they even do it for me, it means I go over cry. And when my tears they go down, that curse. So now what we say, now people them. We know case from picking one year. We know case picking no. Because when one year picking die, they don't lose that picking. Every pastor, they talk say, we will pastor them. With the prayer say, may God forgive them. For they don't know what they are doing. So me pastor don't preach. For church was they pray. As they pray, they tell me case from picking. Because as the man, the commander don't talk. Say, well, some people do something wrong, or do something right. Today, one will correct them. Yesterday, nobody them this, not them this. Nobody them. All them now will begin them. Nobody so. The one that can't shoot going for us, point within them, not them. Nobody them. Now not picking them. But it's all.
So this man is saying something very important, which is what our people were going through in Bangui. And he's saying that when I see this one, they don't come, Nobody the one way they can shoot gun for up to do kind thing them. Not that we are just there to condemn the other groups. No, they are doing their good job. It's just that most of them have been let down by leadership. And we hope that our leadership there will come in and also help them and encourage them to do the right thing. So it talks when I see they don't come for deal with them, for work with them. That their country, Ambazonian, that their country. May we not ever forget, now the population, their country, we are the people. It is our country. And everybody who carries guns or who are in a position of authority should know that and use that power with humility and serve the people. So let's listen.
Now we'll begin then. Anything they don't do, pass. So more understand the way with the deal.
So those who listen to propagandists like the Muchua in the SCBC and all the Chris Anu and the Sako who try to tarnish the image of the ADF and the Governing Council can hear from ground zero. These are our own people saying, the guys who were there before, they were harassing and doing all this stuff, and they're happy that the ADF have come to town to restore sanity, to restore the respect of our civilians, and to fight for a common aspiration which their population are fighting for. Remember that the population is fighting for freedom as well. Through the Monday Ghost Town, and they have expressed their aspiration in many other ways, and it's through that support that we have the power to fight. Let's continue.
Someone be talking about Krajai for here. I don't know. Me, I just for them a start. Since this stock is start. You don't carry me time. I mean, you don't draw me for down for Kaja. I told them my village. I will remain for day. I never see play with Amber. Because they don't give money. I don't understand how they
So, one of the biggest thing we don't bring up for ground zero, now this thing for concerning die. When people they go village for go bury some person, they hold and say they must pay money. Sometimes they move people for motor, charge them, take their mobile phone and their money. Would not make and sure say make no ADF, breach that law. You know if you catch people they go for go cry die, people they with tears for eye. Then you begin seize their mobile phone, take their money again on top, correct. Even for charge people the money for can bury person, correct. When people don't come na free will donation, because even for our tradition, before this war one start, when you want go bury, people they dig grave, all boy them for quarter, they remove small money, give them, put their own chop aside. So we also talk say, when you want go do burial, according to your own capacity, because all hand they know they equal. Bring small thing also, give for our forces the way that they protect that land. But no force no get right for can hold you with power, say you must give some specific amount of money or they not go take up. At least they must see you cry and cry. And all man be very happy with this approach for ground zero. So make we continue the video. So this is a hot topic.
Hello. When I hear, I talk here. They know them. When I hear, them know how they talk with them. Them know how they talk with that family. We will don't know. When I hear what they talk, them know how they talk with them. We will no. So that them know how they talk. So the one that man with another question, it's fine. Let us talk him. Will I be right or not? Will I be right for doing so or not be right? All we like them.
So mommy can talk.
When you want to run from war, you see some person they say run, and then for your back, then you no go run. And then when you did run, that person there again for your back, the man talks, so you run, he go support you. Then you did run in the support you. It come again, never come harass you. All these things they don't talk for back, but
the mommy na sense pass king. They talk the panabo where the mommy talk can be very important. Say una day, you run, you talk for your other person. Say Miggy run, you two do run for your back, you go to support it. Then that person turn again for your back and begin harass you. How you go feel? The one that the story for Ambazonia. Because time where this struggle start, now we tell our Pekin and encourage and say, we go fight. Now when they don't go to fight, we dey for their back, we say we go to support them. Now say population now stand behind Ambazonian fighters, stand behind the freedom fighters. Then that freedom fighter then turn against that begin to choke them for back. If I so, no. So now here we dey for change this formula. Now here ADF don't always be a shining star. No matter what they talk, what that propaganda they talk, we dey for them now for make sure say me that things me end, me all excesses the end. So thing where the mommy they talk na true, and he embrace the policy word and bring them very well. So make a play them again.
Want some war. You see some person they say run, and then for your back, then you no go run. And then when you dey run, that person dey again for your band, the man talk say make you run, he go support you. Then you dey run, in the support you, he come again, they come harass you. All these things they don't talk for back. But the last thing I want to talk, if some person can turn and say, all they talk they don't talk for here. For no say true to say peace don't start come for we. When I want to say more start bad. With the best all the boys when I run, take them for here for inside when I front them. When I try to know when our own brothers not there for outside, put them with their forum. Say make them no fear for come. Because somewhere papa, somewhere brother, then I build and they don't die, they bury them for outside because of fear. So when they come say for die for year, only for pack for year, that day, they empty all their pocket, only for pack there with Sam for day. So that one it make them where it's on dead commander. Because they don't go fit come. But with the Ben I say, when I send them for forum them, say please don't ready the people for this one. Down metal over this time, make they come bury people don't they die. Also man the stick make they come. Now all that I want to talk.
So, at the end of the day, the all the traditional leader them for day, all the quarter head them, all the church leader then gather, them cook chop for our boy them, then entertain them. It be a wonderful comeback for the Ambazonian Defense Forces for inside Meta. I'm also excited. We will see how we will liberate Meta. Meta enter for the list of liberated areas. So when around here, all man way there for Meta, way there for exile for Yaoundé. Not be the one for exile. Any Meta picking way there for Yaoundé, the one way they there for abroad. When we come back for village, make una not begin fear because now when I get una ADF then there for the way they fight against La Republic and they go they assure so una fit come back for home. Can do on a traditional right. The one way they seek for Douala in particular, where they seek some family and the way they give member they seek where they call, where they talk. They don't want to go back for village because they no fit pay, they no fit still pay house them for place where they do work for they make small money. The one come back for village can rest for they forget health. So one they do one come for get traditional treatment also. They war they say they will harass them. So one they do one can bury their people, they war they say they will harass them. One the way they run for bush, they fear say they go back for village, they will catch them, take them go for forest. No, ADF need to work that kind of rough work. One for assure and say as we dey for Meta, any man want go for day una fit contact me directly. I go help una for liaise for make sure say if you dey for day any complaint dey, me as a top defense officer I go step in for make sure say make our soldiers then implement our code of conduct and for secure your rights as an Ambazonian. So fellow Ambazonians, we have come a long way from fighting to make our territory ungovernable, for imposing 4 pillars of our liberation war. The Monday goes down, which is very crucial, very critical. The economic boycott of La Republique du Cameroon and economic sanction. That includes the targeting of all their exploitatory enterprises, our cash crops, ban them from exporting through La Republique, stopping CDC, and banning Brasseries du Cameroon consumption as a symbolic of our resistance against the colonial system. Putting in place a ban of Cameroon government schools and put in place our community schools, the ban of Cameroon number plates, and the imposition of our liberation tax to be able to fund the liberation, to provide civil services to our people as territoriality will give us that responsibility to do so. Having come this long way to push for the internalization of our policy, of our liberation struggle and the aspiration of our people to exert their right of self-determination. Having come this far from being recognized by the Basque Party, by the Basque country that have representative in the Parliament of European Union that have an obligation to push for our agenda. We have come a long way, and today we are at the crossroad of recognition, even with La Republique du Cameroon. Prepare yourself and prepare our boys. Support our initiative of the Ambazonian Transitional Liberation Authority so that our people, our civil society, our church, our traditional rulers will be empowered as we fill the gap as Cameroon depart from Ambazonia. Stay in tune to ACN and all of our officials for communications that are reliable, that are fact-based, and that are substantiated. And stay away from lies, and you'll be fine. Liberation is at hand. God bless you all.